Welcome to Inside the Force. I'm Greg Grunberg, a.k.a. Snap Wexley.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here with me, Casey Cooley.
Hello, everybody.
We are back and in our brand new digs.
Yeah. Does it sound different?
My new basement
Yep.
setup, office down here in my new house down the street. Literally down the street.
It's a little bigger of a studio.
It is a bigger studio. It might not be. I guess it should sound a little bit better.
Yeah, sure.
But we're at the same mic, same table,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So it's not too different. Do got some big plans in this space, so we'll get all that worked out here shortly. We are thankfully got a great opportunity to talk first off about the brand new Solo trailer that just dropped about an hour ago. So we will dive heavily into that. We are starting a new month of April where we kind of been theming these months a little bit to focus on topics and stuff like that throughout the months, and we'll talk about what we're going to be doing this month about that. And of course, we got some other news to pass along to you, but a little light on the Solo stuff besides the trailer, though.
Yeah. I mean, and the only other news that I kind of will talk about is actually Solo related. A lot of little leaks here and there. I think it's really just like merchandising kind of stuff. But one of the villains, the one that looks like Darth Revan,
That's right.
The name has been known for a little while now, for a few weeks, I guess. And I guess I'm pronouncing this right. We haven't heard it yet. But Enfys Nest is that or is that character's name? And this is again the one from the trailer that looks like a kind of a barbarian gunslinger in a way. Like the character's got the furry shoulder pads there and the big helmet with the things at the back and the staff. Seen fighting Han Solo at the standoff with Han Solo and then fighting Tobias Beckett on that train. But we know from again what looks like some kind of merchandising from what is this? What language is this? French merchandise from the film. Enfys Nest seems to be confirmed as a female character, and that I don't read French, so it's translated. So basically, this merchandising says Enfys Nest, an extremely dangerous marauder, has quickly forged an infamous reputation for herself and her gang of pirates, the Cloud Riders. So the Cloud Riders seems to be that group of characters behind Enfys Nest when they're on that kind of beachy looking planet, which might be Mimban, or actually that's Vandor. Is that? I can't remember what that new planet was named. But so the Cloud Riders, led by Enfys Nest, seems pretty cool. Another female villain character. So I wonder if she'll unfortunately have the Captain Phasma curse, where she's going to be hyped up to be this super awesome bad guy, but have like 10 minutes of screen time. It is said that she's not the main protagonist. Main antagonist. Which I kind of felt that. It's through the trailer, she seems to come across as like just that Darth Maul type of like, this is an ominous presence that's kind of barreling its way through the story, following Han Solo or whatever, and fighting them along the way. So this seems
But
like
they're pirates? Is that what?
No, I didn't say they're pirate. I mean, they probably are like a pirate type character. They're just a gang. Let me go back to that translation here.
So you think? Well, we can get into it more deeply, but I mean, do you feel like they're?
Oh, yeah, pirates, gang of pirates.
Gang of pirates, right?
The Cloud Riders. So either they're going.
So they're doing the same thing as them, or they're trying to stop them, or
yeah. I mean, we got a little more story from the trailer that we'll talk about, which may help clarify what the motivations of these characters are. But no, previously I kind of thought that they might be working for whoever character they might have stolen something from. Maybe Han Solo, they stole something. This is like a hired mercenaries that go after. I don't know, but I kind of now second guessing myself on that. But Pirates, it might be in the same line of work. Maybe there's a more personal thing with this character in Han Solo, but not the main antagonist. You know, some people are speculating that we'll only see her like in the first act or so. But yeah, we'll see.
Oh, that's true. It could be
like
something he finishes up with.
I would hate that.
Although, doesn't she show up on the train? She's on the train, right?
Yeah, so that has to be lead in. That has to be more of a later second act type
I would
of deal.
think so.
I think I kind of feel like that this character will show up all throughout the film and won't be maybe killed off or not towards the end of the movie. You know, so this seems more like a physical presence of a villain.
I mean, it actually would make more sense if they were, or if she was more of a bounty hunter type, and you know, since they're kind of doing probably an illegal job or something, they probably got prices on. I don't know.
I'm excited though because again, just looking at the shot here of all these characters lined up on the beach, like each members of the Cloud Rider gang, they're so different looking. I love that. The designs of each character, and so
they look more like what you think the Knights of Ren would look like.
So hopefully, kind of the point is like hopefully that we'll get more from this gang that kind of characterizes. I mean, obviously we can't get a lot of time with each character, but I would like to I hope that we see a little bit of different things from each of these members of the Cloud Rider gang. Maybe there's moments of them that kind of like just talking to each other and talking about the plan of stopping Han Solo, whatever, and I'm excited to see, and I read here that there's also rumors that I think it's still a rumor that this actress, whoever plays Enfys Nest, which is still unconfirmed, that she's signed on for 2 other movies.
It's unconfirmed. Who's playing her?
Yeah,
wow.
There's rumors because there's a lady on IMDb that's like I guess unlisted that people think it's it might be her, and I feel like the fans are usually right with those sort of things, and I can't. Remember what that actress's name is, but yeah, so possibly 2 other movies with this character, Enfys Nest, whether or not that's a Han Solo sequel, which I hope not. Hope this is a one-off, but hopefully we'll just see her pop up in other stories, which would be very exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, Lily Newmark is the actress that is speculated to play Enfys Nest. I'm pulling up her IMDb page now. Let's see if I can find her. Lily Newmark. Looks like a young girl. Yeah, I mean, hasn't been in too many mainstream things, I don't believe.
So more likely we never see her face.
Probably not.
That's why it's kind of been.
Yeah, this girl has not been in very much. But no, it'd be cool. From the trailer, she looks incredible. So.
Yeah. So with that too comes a new poster, which we were just offline debating on. Is this the final poster? Because we got kind of the teaser poster, which was just the logo, and then you got the character posters, right? Yeah. And then you got this poster, which looks like what would be a theatrical one-sheet final poster. Yeah. But it's not a traditional Star Wars.
It's probably not the final one.
You don't think so?
Because I feel like we've seen other theatrical Rogue One posters. Wasn't there another one where they were on the beach, like running after?
Well, yeah, that was the teaser poster.
That was? Okay.
Yeah, that was the teaser poster. So this could be the teaser.
In between? I don't know. I can't think of any other
because you're right, because there was just the logo, like Rogue One, in this black space, and then you got the teaser, which was them running on the beach with the Death Star in the background. Then you got the character posters, which had the designs on their faces.
I'll look for
now. You remember that they did do a collage of all the characters in that, where it had just Solo. So this could be just a new. I mean, I kind of feel, is this kind of the replacement of that because of the whole backlash they got with the stealing the concept? You know, I mean,
maybe.
I mean, could be. Because this still kind of does look like a teaser, kind of, just a collage, brief collage. But it's different because we were talking about how it's the first Star Wars poster that has like the names at the top.
Yeah, more traditional.
More traditional movie.
Yeah.
But it's got but unlike most teasers, it has the full credits at the bottom. So that tells me that's a final poster. They usually, teasers usually don't have that. So I feel like this is the final poster.
Well,
I'm going to say right now, I think it's the final
We
poster.
just like to break all kinds of traditions, don't we?
Yeah.
With these new movies.
I know. Why wouldn't you do a collage like this? I'm pointing to like my Force Awakens posters and Last Jedi poster behind me, but because me hanging that up, it's not going to look right in my office here. But I mean, because it's the same. Because the thing is, it's the same Solo position. Like we've only seen him in that position.
Well, there's other. I mean, I think we've seen different Lando for the character posters.
And Chewbacca's the same.
Yeah.
And that's Andy Newton back there.
Yeah.
And then the Falcon's just in the background. It's not the whole thing's kind of the Falcon, the cockpit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Imagery, and then I guess I don't know what's sat back there.
I don't know. I mean,
it looks like kind of almost like bulls.
Maybe it's
bulls, banthas, and bulls together.
Minban, Vardos.
And those are Corvettes. Are those Corellian Corvettes? Maybe it's Corellia.
Quite possibly.
So anyway, the new posters out there again. I think it's the final poster because again it has it just has the full credits on there, which Phil Lord and Christopher Miller did get executive producer credits on here.
That's
if you can read about that. That was kind of a legal battle. What was it? I'm sorry. What was the name of the girl you said on there?
Lily Newmark, something like that.
So who's that's L3, right? Phoebe,
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She's L3.
So you got all the names
Jon
on here.
Favreau's name on there?
No, he's not.
Nah.
But Paul Bettany is.
Yeah.
Who we will talk about here in the trailer. So Han Solo theme and Solo, what does it say? Han Solo theme and original Star Wars music by John Williams.
Yeah.
Score, composer, and adapted by John Powell.
Sweet.
So we get his theme. So is that's in the trailer though? Is that? No, that's not it. That sounds like the Star Wars theme just changed.
Yeah.
We don't. I don't know if we've heard the Han Solo thing.
I don't know. Maybe we already have. I feel like we've heard that. But
does he have a theme from the original trilogy? Because Leia does.
I think there's a Han and Leia piece.
Well, it's kind of like Leia's.
Han. Yeah,
I think it's more Leia's.
Han specific. I don't think so.
Okay. Just a couple things before we dive head first into this trailer. Just a couple reminders. Last Shot, the novel that comes out. It comes out in 2 weeks, right? No, a week from tomorrow.
Last Shot does?
A week from Tuesday, sorry. Yeah, April 17th. Today's the 8th. 9/10 is the Tuesday. So a week from Tuesday, you will be able to buy Last Shot, which I am eager because I'm out of audiobooks to listen to. So
May release.
What's that?
I thought Last Shot was coming out in May.
No, it's April 17th.
Sweet.
All the other books are in May.
Yeah.
So Last, you'll be able to get that. That I think we've talked about several times. It takes place pre this movie. During this movie? And then after this movie? There's three stories. Right?
There's one that's before, one right after.
One right after. Okay.
2 years after
Jedi,
yeah.
Return of the
Return.
Jedi. Not
So in
last.
Battle of Endor.
So I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome. And then really quick, we finished last month with Rebel. It was kind of Rebels month for us. We were talking about a bunch of stuff with Rebels since that finished up. And our last episode, we talked about our thoughts on where Rebels ranked with Clone Wars and what we preferred and what was our favorites. We kind of both leaned towards Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. So I put a poll out there that had Rebels versus Clones, and everybody voted, and came back very, very close. 52 to 48, 52% Rebels was favorite out there. So really tight, which honestly is actually what you want to see. I feel like if one was skewed more to the other, I think it would have showed maybe one of them wasn't as receptive. But this really shows, I think, the love of both of them, and it's hard to decide, kind of thing. So, really good stuff there. And if you if you've been following us on Twitter and Facebook, you've seen Russell doing some comic posts, comic reviews. One in particular, which I haven't gotten to read yet, but Dr. Aphra number 18 has a familiar character on there that, like we said, finishing Rebels. Hera is in there. So at some point, Dr. Aphra runs across Hera, and that is out there on your comic stands. Dr. Aphra 18. Go check that out. Of course, go to InsideTheForce.com to get more comic reviews from Russ there. All right, and a quick side note. I forgot I was going to tweet. I'm probably still going to tweet this out, but I listened to a great interview with John Boyega on Nerdist. Well, not Nerdist anymore. Chris Hardwick changed his podcast because long story short, he doesn't own Nerdist anymore. Legendary bought it a long time, like 4 or 5 years ago, or maybe even longer than that now. So he just now kind of recently changed the name of his podcast. It's called ID10, which is basically idiot. ID10T.
ID10, yeah.
ID10T is what he says, but it's basically idiot. Anyway. But the podcast it's the same thing. It's all just, so if you subscribed for the Nerdist podcast, it's the same subscription. It's just a new name and new cover art and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Same theme. He just interviews a bunch of people. Anyway, John Boyega was on it just a couple weeks ago, and talking about Uprising that's coming out, Pacific Rim 2 Uprising. But anyway, it's a great story. He has some great Star Wars stories in there. It's a great interview. Go check it out. One in particular thing, which was interesting that he mentioned, was how, because I don't know if many people know. I didn't know this until listening to the interview, but he's getting into producing. Oh. He was he had his name as the production company producer of Uprising, Pacific Rim. And he said Star Wars was really the reason why he was able to do it, because he's able to start a production company.
Oh, nice.
He's able to get in with some of these uppers, and he's really producing more as well as finding acting roles. He did one thing that was great that he said was, because Hardwick asked him, he said, so now that you're in these meetings, and because he's doing a lot of, obviously, all the pre-production now, and he's in it all the way, and he's like, so what in the industry now have you seen that's different, or you kind of open your eyes? And he says, or to help you, he's like, to help you all, and he's like, the one thing I have to say is that he's like, don't be afraid to collaborate and listen to others. He said one in particular, he's like, I'll never forget. He said, we're shooting Force Awakens, and JJ is doing his thing, and he's doing his takes, and then lo and behold, we're sitting there just filming, and Steven Spielberg walks on set, and he's just watching. He's just standing there watching, and JJ kind of cuts it and says, yeah, I got it. Well, then he's like, I noticed that Steven walked up to him, leaned over, and just kind of whispered in his ear. And JJ was like, no, you're right. And he went back and we did a couple more things differently. And he's like, to be able to have that kind of friendship where you can just walk up to one of your friends or your colleagues and just suggest something and listen to them and then try it. You know what I mean? He's like, that's really cool. I thought, and he goes, Kathleen's the same way. Kathleen Kennedy, that she's all constantly, providing suggestions and talking to others, and they're all listening to each other, helping each other. And he's like Kathleen too, just hearing her and seeing her as a producer is he's like that. He's like, it's just pure gold, being around that kind of stuff. So
Cool.
really cool. Again, really cool interview. Go listen. It's only about 50 minutes long. So, check that out. It's pretty awesome. All right. So, I think we talked trailer now, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, solo trailer. We are, I think we're less than 50 days away from the release of the movie. I thought it would say tickets on sale now kind of thing, but I haven't seen that yet.
A lot of us were hoping.
So I guess that's not happening yet. Yeah, according to our ticker on InsideTheForce.com, it is 46 days away.
Yes.
So less than 50 days. All right, Casey. Well, you've seen it a couple times. What's your first reaction?
I definitely like it. It didn't blow me away. There was no huge kind of WTF moments of it, but it was still, it's still a fun trailer. I kind of saw, I feel like all I needed to see to almost solidify my hype level for it in a way, because I'm definitely pretty much sold on this movie now. I'm definitely excited about it. I don't know. I guess I'm not. I don't know if I was expecting more from this trailer or not. I almost feel like I should be more excited. I don't know, but this trailer definitely delivered. Not too much story, which I didn't want. I don't want to be spoiled with too much story, so we got a little bit more, just a taste, which is great. You definitely got to see a lot more of the characters, mainly more Han Solo and more Lando, and actually get to hear Lando talk this time. So that was something that I kind of needed. But I've always loved the music with these trailers. I've always loved the editing with these trailers. How they're matching with the music and the clicks of the Falcon and the flying and all the sound. It's really cool, really great. I'm really excited about it. But no, it wasn't it wasn't my favorite Star Wars trailer. And I don't know if I'm not. I guess my excitement level for this movie is not higher than Rogue One or really any of the movies. My expectations for this aren't higher than anything that's come previously, so that doesn't mean anything bad. It's just I'm not as excited as I was for Force Awakens or Jedi or Rogue One, but I'm still excited about it. So kind of don't want to get myself too hyped up about it, but still like it. Still excited. It was still a good trailer, and I'm looking forward to it. I guess I'm pretty much sold now because I know I have a good feeling that this movie takes place a good chunk of time before episode 4, so I could definitely let myself be excited about it, but I guess I'm still holding off and waiting until I actually see the movie before I get too into it.
Yeah, I think I've seen it twice now. I think, and I don't know. I think it's. I don't know if it's that much more than what we got in the teaser. More dialogue, a little bit like you said from Donald Glover and not Donald Glover, Donald Glover. A little bit more from Emily Clark. A little more from Woody. A ton more from Alden, obviously, and then Chewbacca. But like you said, we got introduced to Bettany's character a little bit. Yeah. We saw a little bit more action, but, there was a lot of the same scenes, too, in there from the teaser. Same flying in the cockpit around what looks like Kessel, I guess, right? Yeah. You got more of the train shots, little shots of him when he's younger, I don't know. It's again. This is. I don't know what the run. I don't think the runtime's been released yet of this thing, but it's got to probably be at least 2 hours. We've seen a couple minutes of the movie, if that. It's like so much more in this movie still that we haven't seen. and I don't think we really haven't been told what the job is.
Right. I wondered.
So
I don't know if they're keeping it secret because there is like a big deal about what they're taking that maybe all fans would recognize. Maybe it's like big kyber crystal. I don't know. You know? Maybe it's something that will kind of somehow find its way to factor into the saga, because so far this seems, as I kind of think it should, it seems like it's very isolated from the rest of the saga. Mm-hmm. It's only about, obviously Han Solo's backstory to kind of bring him into the movie. But other than that, the Empire's in it. A part of me wondered maybe they're taking something from the rebels. Maybe they're stealing from the rebels. I don't know. Or because Paul Bettany's character, it sounds like he's the one that's hiring them.
Yes.
So maybe it's something to do with stealing from the Empire, stealing from the rebels, and maybe it has.
And this is like as Woody was saying, his character was saying this is like the moment of a choice in his life, that if he does this, he's going to be in this life forever, kind of thing.
That's a big thing to say. Like, really? Like, this is it? Like,
well, because I think
it's. And leave?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with you're a wanted man, basically. After that, right?
Yeah.
Your bounty hunters aren't. It's not just authorities looking for you.
So it's a big deal.
I feel like it should be
what they're doing, what they're stealing.
Right. Yeah, that's true. It could be a very, very big deal, and then it could be. Something that's going to trigger like a bounty on your head, and and then you're in with the wrong people. Mm-hmm. Eventually, he's got to obviously get in with Jabba, because he starts smuggling for Jabba. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting what that job is, what they're stealing, because then we're then we're speculating on. What's her name? The character you mentioned earlier.
Enfys Nest?
Yes.
The villain. One of the
villains. So it's like, what is she doing? Is she doing the same job? Or is she trying to stop him? It's like...
I see it as either, they're doing the same thing, or it's something personal. And she's going specifically after Han Solo. But why would she bring a whole gang of people? I don't know.
I had a thought. Now, this is just a pure kind of figuring that what happens when in movies sometimes when you have anyway the storyline that comes back in the end. It's like my brief thought when you were talking about that earlier was that it's possible that's Emily Clark.
Mm-hmm. And I thought about that, like she turns,
because I don't know if she's part of his crew. It looks like it doesn't look like she's necessarily part of the crew.
I don't know.
She's kind of on her own thing. She has her little. It looks like she's pretty successful.
But there's shots of her where she's in the Falcon with them, and like she's outside around the Falcon.
Yes,
and it's she gets. Yeah, it seems like she is on her own, but somehow she gets wrapped up into whether she's a part of the crew or not. I mean, it sounds like from the trailer that she recommends Lando.
Yes.
She kind of brings him into the fold, so I feel like she gets involved. But
is she part of the crew, though?
Yeah, it's strange because she's like elegant. She's dressed. She's like at a big fancy party. Like, is this?
Yeah.
She seems well off on her own. Why does she need to be involved with the heist?
And it sounds like they haven't seen each other in a long time.
Yeah.
Because you look great. A little rough around the edges, but so it looks like they kind of went separate paths for a few years.
Yeah. She even calls him out like you seem like you're up to something.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know.
It could be her. I mean, it could be her, right?
Possibly.
I mean, the girl that you mentioned could
not?
be playing her as a stunt, as the masked version of her.
Who knows?
So that's kind of the twist. I'm always thinking of like, what's the twist at the end?
Yeah.
But because I think in the teaser in this one it was when he's like, I'm putting a crew together. It's really shots of Han, Chewie, Lando, L3, and then. Thaddy Newton's.
Yeah, we didn't get to see Favreau's character in this, really.
And then, what do we even know of his character? Is he part of? He's not part of the crew.
I assumed he was from the shot in the teaser. I don't know where the shot of him shooting the gun was. I don't know if it was a.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. He's in there. He's in there
in the teaser in the previous.
Oh, he's in the teaser.
Yeah, that's why they made the connection. Like he's playing this character.
Oh,
voicing this character.
I don't think I even caught that.
I don't know what location that character is, but I don't know. Oh, was he on the poster?
He can, and he's not on the poster. So he must be a small role, like
maybe.
Benicio.
Yeah.
Just kind of helps out, maybe, or something. But I gotta say, the overall, I'm loving the overall look of the movie. Mm-hmm. It starts off with a really good, just wide shot of probably Corellia, I'm assuming, and just the effects and just the realism. It's very, I mean, it's still a very original trilogy like Rogue One. So I think Ron, I don't know how much he. I'd be curious in the extra DVD or the Blu-ray extras how much he came into the production design, because
I don't know. It's such a weird situation because
because you feel like a lot of that was already done.
I don't see how you would change it and not look weird in the final cut, like production design or visual style or shooting style, whatever it is. Like almost as if they end up reshooting so much that you will barely see Phil Lord and Chris Miller's style, and you'll see mostly Ron Howard's style, or Ron Howard kind of compromised and fit into what was already established.
Yeah.
In terms of look and design. So, no, that's very interesting. I mean, I do think that the practical characteristics of like the creatures was already there. We kind of saw that in one of the early, I guess was it an Omaze video with Warwick Davis, and it was on the set of Solo. We saw some of that there, but the creatures, all the creatures look great. I'm so excited for the Sabacc scene.
I know. Do we do we know what planet that takes place on?
No, we don't.
We don't.
But I'm pumped. I think it looks great, and all the creatures around. It looks like a really fun. It's gonna be a really fun moment.
Paul Bettany.
Mm-hmm.
So he is.
We don't have a name, right?
I don't think we do.
He's like a Godfather type character,
and he's like his face is all cut up.
Which does that happen later in the movie? Because we've seen photos of him where you don't see the scar. Maybe they just there's a picture of him and with Ron Howard.
That's true. Maybe that was before makeup.
Yeah.
Because this looks scarred. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's current.
Yeah,
I think it's scarred.
Interesting, very interesting. And that's kind of the biggest thing I'm taking away from this trailer is Paul Bettany's character, because he seemed pretty straightforward, big time wealthy gangster Godfather type of guy. But honestly, I hope I'm not reading too much into it. But when he turned on that weapon of his and he like slashed that artifact, whatever, in that little room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way he just that weapon, when he lights it up, it almost seems honestly very lightsaber-ish.
Is that a vibra knife?
It could very well be like a vibra type of knife. Yeah, I mean, if that's probably end up what it'll be.
It looks like a vibra.
There's probably
knife,
nothing to it other than that. But I just as soon as I saw, I was like, "Holy crap! What is he? Oh, he may not be anything Force related." But then I started thinking, what if he just likes collecting items? Like in that room, what if he has items very much like Jedi items, Sith items, kind of like Palpatine, kind of like likes to hoard things. I started getting excited thinking about that's how we'll see connections to the other stories and the other parts of the saga, is that this guy loves collecting high profile items, so something like that perhaps. And maybe it's just one big high profile item that these guys are going after and stealing. Maybe they're stealing from a big character, like maybe they're going to Tarkin's ship or something like, personal ship or something like that. The Carrion Spike, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool, kind of interesting. Maybe it takes them to, a well-known location. But yeah, I'm very excited about Paul Bettany's character, seeing how he ties into everything.
Yeah. The vibra knife was really cool. I do feel like there's a ton of Chewbacca in this as well. I mean, I think I think the best thing you can do for this in this movie, which I think will lead to ultimate success and quick admiration from fans is that relationship of Han and Chewie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think if that's like the best buddy adventure kind of thing, I mean, I think people will rave over this movie just on that alone.
We've already seen such great banter, honestly.
Totally.
From a little bit from the teaser, but really this one hilarious. Where, what do you think? And he shook his head like, well, what do you know?
Yeah.
Or the 190 years old line, which is perfect. I'm so glad they finally said something about his age, and that's like, I love that. That's the first time he's heard it. He's like, wow. Much like in Force Awakens, when it's like the first time Han Solo uses his bowcaster. It's like, all this time, he's just now using his gun. And I love that we're just getting that moment where he just finds out about his age at that point in the relationship. And
so at that point, he's 230 years old in The Force Awakens. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we know.
So, because, if he is officially canon 200 years old in the Battle of Yavin, and this movie takes place 10 years before. So Han's in early, maybe mid-20s, but early 20s. Like,
because that's the thing, we don't know Han's age.
Yeah.
Fully.
I'm sure it's 22-ish, 21, probably 21. I want to say maybe 21. That's another kind of
21, 22. Yeah, I think.
I think that was like Jen Erso's age.
Because I think because there was something about, again, Pablo's tweets about him being in his early 30s when Luke and Obi-Wan meet him. So, that would put him in his early 20s here, which makes sense because you got to think that how much time has gone from when him and Qi'ra are riding around when they're younger. I mean, that's got to be.
I would say 18.
You think it's that late?
Late teens. Yeah, I would say late teens.
I was thinking more. Yeah, I was thinking more 15, 16ish.
Maybe.
But but you're right. Could be. So if it's,
I would say 5 years.
So it could be 18, and then he's 23.
Yeah, possibly. That's kind of. I mean, early on, one of the first things we heard was Bob Iger saying like this takes place between 18 to 24.
Oh,
but Bob Iger's been wrong about so many other things before. I feel like so.
He might be right.
Yeah,
now.
So he might be 24, which is technically early 20s, but not quite mid yet. You're almost mid 20s there, but
that means he's 34.
That's pretty much Harrison Ford's age too at that point. So it matches.
And Leia's then only 19.
Yeah. Hey, it's Padme and Anakin all over again.
True. So. That's true. 10 years. Yeah. This is a little more than 10 years.
There's no ageism problem in Star Wars, all right? There's no
because 10 years was the original thought was Han was 28, 29 in A New Hope.
Yeah.
Leia was 19, obviously. So 32, 33-ish. Yeah. Maybe he's 33-ish.
Yeah.
And then 23-ish in this, right?
I think that's pretty fair, and I'm fine with that. Okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's fine. 10 years, you can, sure. And already I think he is. There are hints of he's trying to do Harrison Ford. I feel like Harrison Ford's not necessarily his total gruff in his voice, but that way he carries on and the way he his enunciates and his mannerisms. So it's I see reminiscence of Harrison Ford, but Alden definitely will make this probably his own. I think it's going to fit in. I think it'll fit in nicely. So there I've said it. I'm excited.
So I was trying to think of too. It feels like that because I'm a little confused on when does that Sabacc match take place? It's because it feels like he hasn't met Lando yet until they're sitting at that table. Because he's like, everything you heard about me is true, right?
Yeah, but it can't, because if he wins the ship before he becomes part of the crew, because that's part of Qi'ra bringing. It's like, no, I know a guy's with a ship. Well, I forget the line from this trailer, but it's like you have a ship lined up. Yeah, I know a guy.
He's the best smuggler.
One of the
best smugglers I know, or something like that.
They're pulling Lando in for his ship, but he's also a really good smuggler, so he kind of fits into this crew twofold. Han will pilot his ship, I guess, but Lando will be the smuggler of it all. So since Han seems like he's so new to the smuggling game, he's mainly just a pilot. So,
so you think it's his ship still, but he's just piloting it for this job.
Yeah. But it does feel very out of place.
So you think it happens later at the end?
I think it happens not towards the end, maybe second act somewhere, end of second act maybe. But that's the thing; it does feel so isolated to the story.
It does.
Like I feel like it has to fit in somehow to the story. Like they're doing this game to, I don't know, draw attention to away from something. I don't know. Like I'm just trying to
Like,
think.
you think it's like it could be like a fake game, but then he holds
but
it to him.
but they literally but they take it seriously. Like they're doing this to play it up. I don't know, because it just, it seems very random, and I don't want this to take me out of the main story. Like, although I really want to see this scene, that's such a big part, but I don't want it to take me out of the story. So hopefully it's a part of the story somehow. I do like, I like thinking that as soon as Han sees the ship in the movie, he's immediately in love with it, and just kind of you maybe see him like get in the cockpit or just kind of tinkering with it here and there, and Lando gets mad at him. Then finally he finds a way to win it from him. I don't know, but I'm really, I don't know. I'm not so worried about it. I'm sure I'll be fine with whatever they do, but I hope it doesn't like take me out of the movie entirely.
Yeah, because in that shot, I mean, like you said, there's all alien creatures around that table. There is actually one bearded guy, kind of looks like Captain Rex, on the right. But you got this big creature. You got, I've never seen these creatures before. You know? So it's like, It's not like there's like a, Rhodian sitting there and what's that? I was thinking of that Cad Bane. What's he?
Duros?
Duros. Yeah, Duro. I don't know. I was just thinking of characters that I know, creatures that I know, and I can't see any of them. There's one guy who looks like an insect that with a crab claws. Anyway, it's just a unique setting, and it's incredibly different as far as the lighting scheme of it. It's just one big light at the top, very dark around the background.
Yeah, very underground feeling.
Very, very underground feeling.
Type of game.
And then there's that shot. There's all that repeat shot of him and Chewie walking underneath the cockpit and looking up.
Which, do you think that's like right after he won it? He's like,
I don't think. I think that's the first time he's seen it.
Yeah.
So I think they're boarding it for the first time. Like, wow, this is
love at first sight.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can't. I truly. It's hard for me to. I can't get over how clean it looks. Like, I mean. So in 10 years, thing gets destroyed. Yeah. But in 30 years till Force Awakens, it's pretty much the same thing.
I mean, once you're dirty, you're dirty.
I guess. I mean,
it's only so dirty you can get.
I mean, it truly looks like, and I could be way off here, because I actually was paying attention when I watched The Last Jedi again. It being so white, and then all of a sudden it's so dirty. It actually looks like a fire went off inside, like it exploded inside. Yeah, like that's like burnt residue.
Yeah,
that you can't clean off.
Scoring.
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
And there's panels missing. Where the porgs are sitting in there.
It really could be a big battle in the Falcon.
I mean, I truly feel like there could have been some kind of explosion in it, and he basically put it back together. And I don't know. That would explain a lot of the.
So, it would be really cool if there was like a shootout type of thing in the Falcon. If the crew boarded and thermal detonators, going around. That would be pretty cool. I would like that very much. That would explain the scoring.
It would, because it does kind of look like a burnt thing. I mean, it does, or because I would think. I mean, there's got to be detailing in that galaxy, right? Just like there is here. I mean, someone would be able to go in there and thoroughly clean it out and make it look brand new, but because it just doesn't look that old in this, even though it's supposed to be old, or it's 10 years old. I don't know. When Luke first sees it, it's like, that's a hunk of junk. It's like, is it really, or is it just he hasn't maintained it? But he built it in a sense. He built it up or whatever. But it's also, different how the lighting is so white in there, and then it's a little more greenish in.
Yeah, there's been some inconsistency. Yeah, that's been.
So I don't know. we'll see about that kind of stuff. Okay, so ultimately, I'm still excited for this movie. I think it's, I think Ron Howard is. I'm looking forward to it. I think Ron's done a great job with it. I think, I think it'll do well. I do. I actually think it'll probably do. I was kind of for a long time there. I was thinking, maybe get to 800, 900 million, not reach $1 billion. But I gotta feel like that. I mean, I feel like this could do Rogue One-ish, which I think Rogue One just did over $1 billion. So,
well, yeah, don't be surprised because Black Panther just became third highest domestic of all time.
Yes,
that's a surprise. So,
yes,
who knows? Maybe Han Solo will get up there, surpass Rogue One. Who knows?
Yes, I think it's possible. I think it's definitely possible because Rogue One, you kind of were hoping, anticipating what Vader was. You had that familiar character. I mean, I didn't have any idea how much Tarkin was going to play in it, but that was pretty incredible to see. But there, a little bit of glimpses of Mothma, but centrally all new characters.
Yeah. Almost because this movie is, we're just getting all this marketing and all this trailers and spots before 47 days before the movie comes out. That's almost a good thing because there's not enough time to show too much, hopefully, to where if there is a character like that, we won't know.
Yes.
Until we see the movie. I really hope we're not
well,
spoiled.
There's rumors of Jabba.
Yes,
showing
right. That's fine. I expect that. But if this item does involve a character, maybe it might be Jabba. Who knows? Maybe he's stealing from Jabba. But
True.
Heck, if Boba Fett
shows up, oh my god, that'd be awesome.
If something like that happens, please don't let us know until the movie comes out, until we see it.
I think I saw something like that. No, it was. I'm sorry, it was Infinity War. I saw some tweets about people like Marvel saying do not spoil it for people if you've seen the movie early because they're starting to do premieres and stuff like that. So that hopefully that's the same thing as this is that people aren't. I mean, I'll stay off show, just like I did with Last Jedi. I'll kind of close off of it for a couple weeks before, but
it seems like the goal I think will be this movie will pick up traction after its first weekend. Maybe something big will happen that people weren't expecting, a big character or something like that, and then that will bring even more of a crowd in the following weeks, and then hopefully that will kind of snowball into having a huge success. Disney needs a win. Come on, Disney needs this.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm thinking it's going to do more than I thought. Now that I've kind of seen it and got the feel for it, and I think the jury's still a little out on his performance. I need the whole film to kind of gauge that.
Yeah, very true.
But Chewie seems like Chewie.
Yeah,
I mean that's the thing is Jonas.
Yeah, he learned from the best. Though,
man. He's right on.
Yeah,
and he does it with so much passion because I've seen a couple of interviews with him. He's so in love with the character. He loves being Chewbacca. I mean, for all you saps out there like me, there's an Instagram shot of him holding. He just had a newborn son about 2 months ago or so. There's an Instagram shot of him on his feed where he's holding his son in Chewbacca jammies, and he's holding a porg. So it's Chewbacca holding Chewbacca holding a porg. It is the most coolest thing ever, and
he's a young guy too, right?
He's a young guy,
so he's gonna be Chewie.
He is gonna be Chewbacca for as long as they put.
That's so great.
And I would be all for a Chewbacca movie.
Yeah,
I mean, just a Chewbacca movie because my youngest daughter is in love with Chewbacca. So anything Chewbacca, and I just feel like people have fallen in love with him all over again since Force Awakens.
Really, his popularity definitely has gone up.
But since I mean, if we think about it, he got a lot of screen time in Empire because Han Solo kind of went away, and Jedi, he was back to being kind of that secondary character, the behind Solo and Leia and Luke. I feel like Empire, you got a lot of screen time. Those moments with 3PO and moments with Leia, and so I feel like he's going to get a lot of screen time in this, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy about that.
Good, yeah, I'm excited.
So
very cool.
Final topic? Do we get anything else besides some random TV spots?
We've got to get that behind the scenes reel.
Really, you think so?
Why not? It's there. It's already made.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not holding on to it for the DVD or Blu-ray.
Is it going to show the firing of the?
Oh my gosh! We'll see. Get off my set, Lord and Miller. You're dead.
No.
Then Ron Howard comes in.
I don't know if they'll do that. Well, because they normally comes out before the final trailer. Because that was kind of always in between.
We need to have Cody on.
And it's always at a con that they release that, right?
That's kind of thrown out of whack. But they should have released it after they showed it at D23. But Cody kind of has his own thoughts about it because he really analyzes the release schedules of all this stuff, and so he's he has a theory about the release schedule for these things. So I need to probe him and get his thoughts on that, and have him on the show.
I'm wondering if, you got Infinity War coming out at the end of April.
Yeah.
I mean, either this trailer or maybe even a newer trailer. I don't know if we get another trailer 2, because sometimes we get 2 full trailers.
I think we will.
You do think so?
We'll get one more full one, yeah.
So that would come out. That would be on Infinity War then. That would make sense.
Absolutely. I think so. Or if not that, then May the 4th. I think they do last trailer for Infinity War, and then behind the scenes reel on May the 4th.
May the 4th? That's because May the 4th would be the week after. Mm-hmm. And then you're 3 weeks till the movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
Unless they hold off and do another, I'm doing air quotes, fan event before Han Solo and have actually the behind the scenes reel before they show the movie for the fan events on the premiere.
That's true too.
But, I
do think now too that I actually think a final poster will come out probably May the 4th or somewhere around then. Yeah, I don't think that's the final poster.
Hopefully,
I think it's going to look more like that. I think it's
going
to look more traditional. Yeah, I think it's going to look more traditional because you got to have a different. You surely took different photographs of him besides that pose.
Yeah.
So
it's just kind of back to the behind the scenes reel because I feel like this happens before. It's like why. I don't know their reasoning why they release trailers the way they do, but it's like, why don't you have this behind the scenes reel? If you don't release it before the movie, I just don't know why. It's like you have it, just release it. It's like why they chose now to do this trailer. Maybe they just weren't done with it until now. I don't know. I can't see.
Well, that's the thing too. Is that's a good point because I think they're still working on it. Yeah. I mean, the score was
just wrapped the score.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So you don't even have. I don't know if all the effects. I guess all the effects are done.
Yeah, that's probably true. We've seen the same stuff because that's what's been completed.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's what we've seen is because even if they were just even if they just finished the effects like a couple weeks ago when they did, this trailer is probably worked on all of March.
Yeah.
Right. So you had to work with what you had done. That's why, that's why it's probably possible we get another trailer with more footage.
Yeah.
Now that the movie's done.
Yeah.
49 days before 45, 6 days before it opens. Crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're not, I don't know if they're doing, I don't know if they'll do test screenings and.
Oh, it's going to be on Cannes Film Festival.
Oh, it is?
Saw that. That'll be the premiere.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's going to be, that's when the press will
That's
go
soon.
There.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get a lot here in the next, we're only, 47 days away.
Yeah.
We're about to get swarmed. Denny's is having their own. Did you see that? Where Denny's is like, they're retailing their menu for, it's like Han Solo themed items.
Really?
And you get these collectible Topps cards.
Do they have a Denny's? Is that Denny's still around? And
there's a couple, right?
In Lexington?
Here? There's one on Nicholasville Road.
That's the only one I know of.
I thought there was
there's one on Newtown, isn't there?
Yeah, right by our
work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to Denny's.
We're definitely going to You get some like collectible cards when you go there, and you have to like collect all 12 or something like that. So
Okay.
it's really, you have to look at the menu. There's like pancakes. That's like crap. I want to say it's just funny. There's
That's fine.
Chewbacca
Okay.
milkshakes or something like that. You know?
Sweet.
It's-
Okay, so yeah, I think there's still a few more things coming. I think we've kind of talked ourselves into that. Posters, trailers, maybe behind the scenes. We still got two big events coming. Infinity War, which is, of course, just because it's Disney owned, and then of course May the 4th, which is 3 weeks before the movie opens. Still surprised again that the tickets aren't on sale yet, but I feel like I don't think they can wait till Infinity War. I think they got to go on sale here very, very soon.
Hopefully, they'll Star Wars show maybe this week. We'll
Maybe,
see
yeah.
something.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the trailer as much as we did. This month, what we're going to be talking about in relation to kind of Solo, talking about smugglers in general, smuggling in general, smugglers and spies. I guess if you go back to Star Wars, the card game a little bit, the affiliation, smugglers and spies. So we're going to be talking about all kinds of different characters and aspects of smuggling this month. So come back next week. We'll dive right into that for the month of April. And then, of course, in May, kicking off May, the first weekend, that first show will be about May the 4th because that's kind of, I think May the 4th is on a Friday. So we will probably dive more into about May the 4th then, and then we're going to focus on Han Solo as we gear up for the release of this movie. May 25th, which we'll be seeing at May 24th, that Thursday evening. Because I will buy tickets as soon as they go out.
Absolutely.
For that. All right.
So stressful buying Star Wars tickets.
I know. Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Of course, we are, again, back in our new digs, and we will be coming at you every week, InsideTheForce.com. Follow us at Inside the Force on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play. Take care, everybody. He's Kryptonian1138 on Twitter. I am D Cunningham21 on Twitter. Have a good week. For Casey Cooley.
Move as close as you can and engage those Star Destroyers at point-blank range. At that close range, we won't last long and get those Star Destroyers. We'll last longer than we will get that Death Star. We might just take a few of them with us. So I had to do the whole thing.
That's pretty good Akbar, though.
I had to do the whole, yeah.
That's pretty good Akbar.
Not too bad. Not bad, getting better. But yeah, I had to say, sometimes I feel like going like, I just want to do like a whole scene. But
Yeah.
No time for that.
No time for that. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care. We will tune in back here next week and kick off some more Star Wars talk. He's Casey.
Bye, everybody.
I'm Dave. May the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Inside the Force, a Star Wars podcast hosted by David Cottingham and Casey Cooley. For more shows, additional content, articles, and the latest Star Wars news, please visit InsideTheForce.com. Inside the Force. For the Force in all of us.